It's so nice to have Mark Woolley back at Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit, and we're back with the V8 Supercars here this weekend. Race number 2, combined with the V8 Masters all the way from Cape Town. Mark Woolley's come all the way from London. Can you believe that? And I just heard a rumor that Dave McGregor might have bought Kyalami.
That's a rumor, right?
Yes, it's a rumor, okay? But there's a very good possibility of it. And I can see his son Ian looking down at me very concerned, saying there's a very good possibility that could be true. Yes, with Chelsea backing him, what can you ask for?
Dude, I didn't even see. I didn't see the smoke. I didn't see the mirrors.
The smoke and mirrors were there.
I didn't see anything.
There were smoke and mirrors in the Volkswagen Cup earlier, man.
way.
Here we go. Right, anyway, it's V8 Supercar time. Here we go.
All right, we're down on the way
Amos
to
Cochran
England.
Jr. on the front row with Terry Wolford alongside him. Behind them comes Darren Goodmans, Romano Sartori, and Craig Shorter. We've seen 2 Shorters on a podium already. Can we get Craig Shorter onto a podium and make it 3 in a row here?
That's a long one.
I think so, but that Jaguar of his is very good. So let's keep an eye. Now what? Very good. Very good. As they cross the line, we go racing, and here we go down into turn number 1. Watch out for Supercars Jr. coming from the back end of the field, because remember, he had issues with his gearbox yesterday. There he is, mid-pack, with Frank and Matteo starting to come through as well, with Ben Morganroot. All the cars that were involved in big incidents yesterday, having to take evasive action already. Wolfman spins out. Goodmans goes into him. Ben Morganroot crashes into the back of Goodmans. 2 Mustangs and a Ford Falcon already in big trouble at Crowthorne.
Ouch.
Look at the massive sassel flame out of that Morganroot Ford and Mazda Ford Mustang, and already some big incidents. Now we got 3 V8s stuck together.
Well, they've got
This is like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it is actually. They've got to stick a red flag out here.
They have to, because here comes the start for V8 Masters. Fabian Tafani and Schroeder on the front row.
Oh, there it is.
Here we go.
Red flag, as we call it.
I thought it might be the case. Wow. They didn't even start the V8 Masters. Yes, please. That would be fantastic. We're going for a replay now down into Crowthorne, and I'm looking forward to it, because, man, every race we've had yet today, there's been carnage. If you weren't here at Kyalami, you weren't having fun. Look at that. Terry Wolford turns in on the Hoosier Jaguar, which, of course, puts him into a big spin. Amos Cochran Jr. just avoids him, but gets tagged from behind by Darren Goodmans. Darren Goodmans gets tagged by Mackie Adlam. Mackie Adlam just fortunately drives around the outside, and Ben Morganroot parks and goes, where would you Oaks like me to drive? Where would you Oaks like me to race?
How did Amos miss that?
I have no idea.
It's not possible.
Well, there's damage to the back end of Goodmans' car.
But he's still going.
Got some duct tape, zip ties. Anybody with duct tape and zip ties, please, to the grid. Terry Wolford out of race number 2. Oh, man. What an out. Oh, no, he isn't. They've got the car going again. And here we go. The Fuchs car is back in it. So he can possibly bring it back and take up his position on the grid. It'll be a full restart.
He's angry.
He's angry with himself. That was all a mistake done by Terry Wolford. No one was involved there other than him getting it wrong. Now, my prediction of Shorter getting onto the podium wasn't too far off there, was it?
No, those odds certainly, they went from long to short. And
well, there's a short and tall of it. Exactly. Well, Ben Morganroot is fortunately not damaged. I think he just hit the brakes and avoided getting into any more carnage than what was already in turn 1. Supercars Jr. had made his way up very rapidly in this Max Track and Hoosier-sponsored Holden. And I tell you, that is a magnificent car. It's Henny Krulov's championship winning car that he's driving, so it has got to turn at pace. Frank and Matteo also made his way through the field rapidly, but he's going to have to retake his position, not where he was on the track, but where I'm sure they're going to have to go for a full restart here. That's usually a 7-lap race. Thank you kindly for that one, Pro Timing. 7-lap race, guys, in the... So, at this stage, Romano Sartori was the first car around, ahead of Supercars Jr., Frank and Matteo, Amos Cochran Jr. That would be Cochran Sr. in the Corvette. And then it's the Jaguar. That's Trojan Racing, I should say, and turn 1 Jaguar of Craig Shorter. I don't know where Chris and Matt are, but he was shouting for you guys. You better get on the wall and shout for Dad, because there's a possibility Craig Shorter could get on the podium and could even win this race. I'm not even joking. Larry Wolford down in pit lane. Some more carnage here in this race. The Hoosier tyres are working well, there's no doubt about that, but have we had some V8 action this weekend. There's not much to better that, I can tell you, and they're going to have to reshuffle this grid. So Have a look at this. All starting to fan out. Frank and Mateo, and in the background you see Separate just trying to avoid. But watch the front end of this race. And Terry Wilford pitches in, and he turns in. But Amos Cockram has just got a wheel on the inside. It helps him spin around 180 degrees. Cockram tries to avoid, gets banged slightly from behind by Goodmans. Goodmans has got nowhere to go.
Wolfman spins out!
Goodmans goes into it. Ben Morgan who crashes into the back of Goodmans. 2 Mustangs and a Ford Falcon already in big trouble at Crowthorne. Look at the massive sassel flame out of that Ford and Mazda.
You know, you could actually see what was happening. The driver could probably see what was unfolding beyond them, but there was just no way they can get out the way.
Nah, not a chance. Anyway, we've still got to get our V8 Masters back onto the grid. I don't know how they're going to sort this grid out, but there's going to be a couple of reshuffles here and getting cars where they need to go. Amos Cockram Sr. making his way to the front end, or was it? No, that was Junior.
Well, let's recap. Who have we lost?
He's going to take. Well, I don't think we've lost anybody, to be honest with you. I think the only
Wilfred
car that
we've lost.
No, he's back on.
No, you're kidding.
No, he's back on. He's there. I can see him. The Fuchs car is right there. So hang tight, Wilford. In fact, he's on the front row. He's made his way to the front. We missed him while we were looking at the screen.
Okay.
Wilford is in his position. Cockram Jr. will take up his position on pole. They'll move Romano Sartori back into his place. Can you believe it, though? Have a look at how this has turned out. Di Matteo and Siafari have to go right to the back and restart their charge from the back to the front. They are doing a full restart, which means the grid will start as per race number 2's grid initially.
And a lap shorter.
1 lap shorter with 7 laps now. A couple of reshuffles. Yeah, Shorter won the last race. Shorter could win this race as well. There's no doubt about it.
I just love the look of this Hoosier V8. It's just absolutely stunning. Yeah, purple and black. It's fantastic.
It's so nice to have Hoosier on board with these guys, because even the big boss of Hoosier is out here, Jeff from the United States, loving the fact that he's involved with this category. Loves the big power that these cars put out and the action. Now, Mackie Adams' car is short of a bonnet lid. It's still got the front end, but that could have definitely affect the handling on that car, because it's a huge amount of downforce required to get these V8s around. And aerodynamics is certainly a massive issue. And if Mackie Adams lost the front bonnet, I think a little bit of shuffling might be required as well to get the bumper sorted out, because it looks a little bit loose for my liking. Loose is good and out of control, but not in this particular...
Not loose as a goose.
No. No.
All right, Craig Shorter being wheeled into position as well. I'm loving that. Jaguar. I must say, a soft spot for a Jaguar.
And particularly those colours, because that's very much
British racing green. Oh well, not quite.
Not quite. It's Eddie Jordan racing green.
Oh, yes,
Jordan HSBC Formula Ones.
That's right.
Ran in green and white, just like that.
Yeah.
So fantastic job there from Trojan Panel Beaters to get that car in very similar colours to the HSBC Formula One Jaguar. Shorter, no pressure, mate. Your boys were on the podium 1 and 2, hey? David Ray, just tell him he better get on the podium or there's going to be big trouble. Dave Ray, of course, helping him out there with the preparation on that car. Can't ask for a better man as your wingman, I can tell you. Both him and his son Jared. Jared's actually coming back from Italy at the moment after some great outing for our youngsters at the Italian World Cup for Rotax and World Championships for rock karting. We came away with a Rotax World Champion yesterday, and how incredible is this news? While we're waiting for these guys to sort out, talking karting and those youngsters, Jaden Els won the Minimax World Championship yesterday for South Africa. That is now 16 world champions in the last 14 tries, if I'm not mistaken. I could be a little bit wrong, but there's a big figure. 16 world champions out of South African karting, with Jaden Els taking the 16th one yesterday. Sad news, though. 2 days previously, his grandfather passed away, and just didn't get to see the youngster take his Minimax World Championship. So, big hats off to him for going out there, not worried about the situation, and doing it for the man he loved the most.
Now, speaking of which is impressive what you're saying, the stats in terms of 16 South Africans. I've always felt that's the kind of motorsport, because you don't need a massive facility and a massive track. What about thinking along the lines of, because it is quite spectator appealing go-karting, that they're putting it into a stadium?
Well, they've done it in the stadium. They've done it in the car parks.
In South Africa?
They've done it in Randburg.
No ways.
Through Randburg, past the Dion Centre, ABSA, and past the old Sterkinnikor, and where, what was that club called? Baboon? What was it called? I can't remember what it was called. What was it called?
Baboon.
Baboon Street. Bourbon Street. That's it. Baboon Street. I'm trying to get there, okay? But Bourbon Street. They ran past Bourbon Street.
Listen, Maloney,
awesome
stop monkeying around.
I'm not. I have pictures of it. I was there on my BMX watching from the sideline. I'm not joking. Anyway, let's get back to V8 Supercars. They're about to rock and roll here for the second time of asking for race number 2. hopefully we had a clean start this time.
Okay, Andre de Kock is telling me that they have done this go-kart racing in like a stadium at the Rock
Rock Raceway?
Rock Raceway.
They've done it at Maponya Mall in Soweto as well. Yeah. They've done it at Sun City.
And how was the turnout?
Unbelievable.
That's what I thought. Exactly. It's really appealing.
What we need. We need more of them.
Yeah,
we need more
absolutely.
world champions. We've got a world champion in the house today with us as well, in the form of Piazza Musso and Gavin Cronje, helping out in the Supertrack team.
Excellent.
All ex-world champions, of course, who do some jobs. Mark Cronje, his brother, also did a great job as a world champion, so we're taking on stuff.
So where are we? So we're looking
at Kyalami.
I know that.
We're in the commentary booth, and the cars are rolling around for the second start
Amos
of the
Cockrum, Terry Wilford, Darren Goodman, Romano Sartori. I saw that car number 14. All very, very nice. So are we going to get through to Crowthorne without incidents? What are the side bets on this? Something's
I think we might use it. I think we might use it. There probably would have been a couple of checks that you guys said. Have a look at the picture that's on Fast on Facebook and see that from Dave Ledbetter. He got the shot. I know that Frankie's Photos also got the entire sequence of that V8 crash. So if you want to go and see that, you also picked it up on Facebook. It's all about social media, guys. If you've got a smartphone out there and you want to see what we're seeing, get onto Radio Kyalami, hashtag it, and you'll pick up all the pictures we're seeing on our screen in front of us right now. You won't miss any of the action around the track at the same time.
Please tell me that last shot was barbecue.
Yeah, it was barbecue with the V8 Masters heading into it. This is now vehicle, the V8 Supercars heading down.
No.
But we're trying, okay? We've still got 4 races to go. Give us a chance.
We do. We're trying. We are trying.
Alrighty, here we go into Crocodile, and the Porsche Panamera pace car will eventually peel off, take those lights and switch them off, and give Cockrum Jr. the duties of taking the cars across the line. Now, hopefully he can keep it all together and not tag Wolford as he tries to go around the outside of him, which is exactly what he's going to try and do. There's Senior, there is Adlam, there is Jacobs, there is Ben Morganut de Matteo, and right at the back, looking to come through rapidly, will be Sieferi Jr.
Why is he starting back there? And he's dragging.
Remember,
he's dragging the
Sieferi
diffuser.
Jr. had a problem with the gearbox right on the start of race 1 yesterday, and had to pull to the sideline and be pushed into the pit lane.
Well, we just need belts. We've got a sleigh.
Here we go. Smoking out of the AMC Ford Mustang of Romano Sartori with a bit of smoke coming out of the back of it. That would be something to be concerned
Watch
about.
out for Wilford.
Craig
Watch
Shorter
Wilford.
and Cockrum Senior going side by side. As the lights go out, we go racing. Drop the hammer time. Down into turn 1 and through the kink. Crowthorne where it all happened in race 2's race start 1. This time, a little bit of a gap. Oh, double yellows. Hold on a second.
We've lost somebody here.
Okay, so no. They've gone to double yellows, which is what they always used to do in V8 Supercars, just to ensure that they can get through the first turn. I think the COC's made that call and kept double yellows through the first couple of corners. Wait until they get to barbecue with green flags. Green flags at barbecue, but Wolford is pulling to the sideline and has got a problem. Terry Wolford has got an issue there and is not going to make the end of this race. That is a big, big problem, and I don't think it was due to the fact that it was this start. It was from the incident that happened. There he is on the sideline. Game over. The Fuchs car is parked and out of us. Not what he wanted.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
All right, so now we stand by for the start of V8 Masters. Hopefully these guys can keep it all together. It's Paolo Cavalieri. Alongside him is the number 11 car there of Steve Young. Steve Young is followed by Craig Jarvis. On Craig Jarvis's right-hand side is going to be pushing hard. That will be Richard Schroeder as they come across the line. Drop the hammer time as well for the Masters, and it is Paolo Cavalieri who gets the whole shot. Can he hang on to it all the way down into the kink and to Crowthorne? V8 Masters down into Crowthorne as the supercars hit to the top of the hill at Leeuwkop. Amos Cockrum Jr. leading his up over Mackie Adlam with no bonnet on that car and seriously lack of downforce. Guaranteed out of pit lane and restart. Romano Sartori is third. There you can see 4th place coming down there. Looks like it might be Frank and Matteo, but here they come, under braking for Crocodiles for the first time. 2 Jaguars fighting for the front end of this field, and you can see just how hard they're pushing. Cockrum runs a little wide, nearly onto the rumble strip. There you go, the V8 Masters onto the back straight. Great job from the back of the field. But right now, keep an eye out on the progress of the 41 car as he sneaks up there. That's Brian Evans. Keep an eye out as well on Fabio Dafoni. It's the turquoise coloured V8 with the yellow stripes. That is Stefani's machine, the Quench Racing machine. Change up for the lead in the Supercars.
Going in through the corner of growth. I'm a bit worried about this bodywork. I've got to tell you, it looks like they could just fly off.
We'll see if that's the case, but right now he's just hanging on for dear life is Kyalami. It's certainly going to affect the front end of that car. You need downforce, you need... I don't know if there's a weight advantage you've got to worry about there. The most important thing you're worried about there is can the car turn. It doesn't seem to be hindering him at this stage. It seems to be giving him an advantage to get away, but it's not usually going to go away. Absolutely having the carbon fiber. Third Jaguar on track to the tire. He's made his way to the back of the field. Up to third place and fourth. Supercars Junior in the hole along to the right. So what's going to be pivotal wide between the two guys? It started at the back of the field. There's 1 and 2 into the S's. Here come 3 and 4.
Well, we just kind of went over that, sort of blasé, so to speak, because we've just realised we've got a brand new leader here, and that's Kyalami.
Adlam just squeezing out Amos Cockram Jr. Jr. going to look for the overall victory. He's taken race 1 yesterday. Let's see if he can keep it all together here for race number 2.
Well, why shouldn't he? I mean, he just has to wait and see because, I mean, it is certainly, oh, look at him. I mean, the Masters now, our attention turns to that on the racetrack at the moment. It's just absolutely scintillating.
Brilliant stuff there from Steve Young. Trying to find a way through on Cavalieri. Cavalieri hangs on for now. Then it's the American flag car tucked in into what is third place.
Oh, what a move.
Good move up the inside. Can Young make it stick? Oh, he has to go onto the curb.
Oh, he's lost his door.
The door pops open. Hello.
Oh,
fortunately, he caught it and shut the door. Well, that's kind of closing the door and shutting the door to a whole new level. Well done, sir. Brilliant stuff, Steve Young. Love your work. Great job sitting in the background going, what are you guys doing with the front team? There's Brian Evans, the 90 Vision car having a magic drive, and on his tail comes a hard pressing. And wow, we've got action all around the track again in the V8 Masters and Supercars combined. Kyalami, though, is at the front end trying to get away here. Can he keep it all together, though? The car is looking a little second-hand, and let's have a look and see that door shutting moment.
Is it hot in here or what?
It goes on the inside. Incredibly, it's the right door that opens. How he got across to close it, only he knows. Look at that. There's the door. Now let's just shut the door on the rest of the competitors. Yeah, nicely done. There it goes. And 3, 2, 1. Slam it shut. Bang. Thanks for coming. Let's carry on, shall we? No problem for Young. All right. I mentioned Shorter earlier on. He is now fighting for a potential podium. No, he's not. Unfortunately, he's a bit further back than what he'd like to be. Shorter down, fighting for top 10 honours there with Amos Cockram Sr. And going on the inside. Trojan panel beaters in turn 1, man takes the lead. Great through there. And Shorter moves up. And 1 position on Senior. Oh, looks like issues there at the back, unfortunately, for one of our Corvettes. It's car 12. Unfortunately, Bevan Schwartz just not getting it right. That's the man who will be known famously for taking Ben Morgenroot out through the back end. He's lost a wing. It looks like he's losing the diffuser. Ben Morgenroot, speaking of him, he's got some duct tape on the front of the car. But there it is. Hello, wing. That looks like a V8 Master wing to me. That's definitely not a big supercar wing. It's a V8 Master wing, yes indeed. And there it is. Bada bing, Brian Evans, the Nike Vision bumper off the car, and that means no downforce in the back. Steve Herbst also in pit lane at the same time. The Prime Instrumentation red and silver rocket. Back to the front end though. Have a look and see how things are starting to heat up here. O2, of course, pushing hard at this stage is a brand new car. We don't even know who's in that car. He was in the lead up earlier on in the 2 car for the Masters. But needless to say, some battles royal through here. 53, fighting hard. That is, of course, Mark Ridgway. And on his tail, just a field of V8 Masters. This is a battle for the latter part of the top 20. Jeffrey around the outside. Can he get through on Cockram? He's got through on Cockram. He's got to second. Di Matteo coming to take on Amos Cockram Jr. as well. So the Italian Stallion and Jeffrey Jr. making their way through the field rapidly and now up into potentially podium positions. Di Matteo's still got to find a way past the Jaguar, the Hoosier Jaguar there of Amos Cockram. Sunset, absolutely flat out in a V8 through there. That's the incredible stuff. Remember, these V8s do 0 to 140 in first gear. Oh, that's a pity. Sean Holtzhausen out again. His second outing in a V8 didn't quite go his way yesterday. He spun out actually at that corner. This time he didn't wait for the spin. He went out just before and entered the pit lane.
C3 Jr. on the move right now. Check out this lap time. 1:47 for him. That's almost 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds quicker than the front 2.
So he's going to get through there pretty easily. He's up to second place now. He's got to find a way through on Adlam. This is the lead of the Masters we're looking at right now, as Steve Young still hasn't found a way through on Paolo Cavalieri. Cavalieri is being hounded at the moment by Charles Arton. Charles Arton, of course, in the American flag car. as they come across the line. It's Tafani up to 4, Jarvis down to 5. So Craig Jarvis having to work hard to stay up there with his good friends. Remember, as I mentioned yesterday, these guys, all very good friends off circuit. Love the fact that they travel together as kind of a family more than anything else. Arten now into the mix, but off the track, it's all good friends. On the track, it's every man for himself.
Well, those good friendships, as you were speaking about right now, would have been tested yesterday. But, you know, if it's as good as you say, then you know what, racing incidents just happen.
It is certainly as good as I say. Frank and Donaldio trying to find a way through. Oh, Morganroot out of shape. Hello, Morganroot out of shape. Is that on his own? I think it is. Ben Morganroot trying a little bit too hard. Rana Satori going to go around him after just losing that position to Ben Morganroot. Morganroot is stricken. He's trying to get that car started. It doesn't look like it's going to fire up. Here comes Shorter. Oh, Shorter misses out. And here comes Cockram Senior. Ben Morganroot, yes, it's other way around, Ben. Just if you can. If possible,
what's he going to try?
He's going to do a handbrake turn at the Kyalami sign.
He's going to wait so you can see everybody come through Ingwe, which will be safest, and he's doing that right now.
Very good,
so
very good driving there from Ben Morganroot, just staying out of all the assholes, all potential hazards coming through there. Yes. Oh,
another one.
No, that's it. Spinning out all on his own from there. The 12 car.
Who is this?
That's Gary Faree.
All right, Faree.
I don't know if they make a Mustang 4x4. Certainly didn't have any issues getting through dirt, did it?
No, it didn't, actually.
Well done, buddy.
Wow, through the S's.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, look at that. Cavalieri having to do double time and a little bit of work off track to keep out Young. Young is all over the back. Steve Young is a man who comes from the UK. He comes out here to play with these guys every single time they go racing. Very similar to what Rick Morris does with the Formula 1600s. And he just loves the action that you get out of these V8 Masters. So do we, because Stefani is now up to 3rd place ahead of Arten. We've got a 4-way battle for the lead in the Masters.
Leaders across, Mackie Adler still leading out. C3 Junior is on the move. We did say he posted a 147.480, which is absolutely stonking around here. Almost 2 seconds, 2 and a bit quicker than Mackie Adler.
We've got a leader, new leader. Sief is through. He's got ahead of Adlam.
Wow.
So C3 Junior takes the lead. Adlam into 2nd now, and Cockram Junior into 3rd. Cockram Junior's overall victory might be up for grabs here if the Mateo can get past him. We may see a change into the hands of Mackie Adlam, but that, of course, is still going to be sorted out at the end of the day. Lots of action still to come your way. We are now in lap 4. It is an 8-lap race, or has it been? Oh, no, it's a 7-lap race because we had the stoppage, so 7-lapper, and we've still got a couple of circulations to do here at Kyalami. Coming up onto the back markers of the V8 Masters, that could help out Frank and Mateo. Into the S's. That is Cavalieri, Young, and Fabio Tafani now. The man who was quickest yesterday by nearly 2 seconds, all over the back of the 2 leaders. And looking for a chance to sneak through. Look at that, Tafani goes left. Steve Young sees him coming, tries to give him out. Tafani's good enough on the brakes, he'll get through. He is good enough. He moves up to 2nd place. Fabio Tafani from the back of that V8 Masters Cars field has come up to 2nd place. And now has to go and fight it out with his arch rival and very good friend, Paolo Cavalieri.
That was a great move.
Perfectly done. They come out and into Crocodiles. Steve Young losing a little bit of ground. Arten just behind them, pushing hard, trying to make up a little bit of ground that he's lost there for the 4th place position on track. He needs to make up at least 3 car lengths before he can close in on Steve Young as the steam train heads into Cheetah. Very evenly matched, very similar lines from all 3 drivers as they come up now to the braking markers for Ingwe. Cavalieri is going to make this car very wide.
Wow.
Cavalieri in his day has beaten Sorrel van der Merwe. So he certainly knows what to do in a race car to keep out fast drivers. However, the Farney's car just seems to be on another level here at the Highveld as opposed to what are we doing down at sea level where they normally race.
It's hard to make your car wider when the track's now wider.
Exactly. No, definitely. It's one of the biggest components that we're seeing here this weekend. The battle continues, though, between Cockram Senior and Craig Shorter in the Trojan panel beaters machine. They're on to the last lap. Thanks, Pete. Final lap has been done by our leaders. These guys still heading down to start that final lap. And, of course, here into Crocodiles, we're going to see Craig Shorter trying to get back up the inside of Amos Cockram Sr. That'll be for 5th and 6th place on track. 6th and 7th place, I beg your pardon, on track, because Romano Sartori just ahead of them.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to have enough on that.
It looks like the car might be ailing a little bit. It's not going like it was. So maybe Craig Shorter, no, he doesn't peel in. He'll never give up. He'll try and ride that car right to the end and just nurse it to the line.
HSBC colours, so you would expect.
Only way to go. Great job there from the Trojan panel beaters in turn 1, man. And of course, he's just seen his 2 sons get up onto the podium for the last race of the day for the NGN Volkswagen Cup. Congratulations once again to Matt Shorter and Chris Shorter for making it a family affair. And Jean Caber will join them on the overall for the C-Track and Glasgow team. Change up for the lead. Oh! Can Tafani hang in there? He's gone a little wide. Oh, and Cavalieri comes back at him. Let's go side by side down the mine shaft. This is where we're going to see who's got the cojones for breaking down into Crocodiles.
Will there be tears? Will there be tears in Crocodiles?
Oh, he's just managed to hang on there. Cavalieri goes defensive. Watch out for these guys as they come up onto the braking markers. There's Siapuri just in the background. So Siapuri's going to be just behind these guys as they cross the line. They're still going to have to do a full circuit here. If Farid can't get past them, he'll realize they're in an epic battle and probably won't push them. Because look at how these guys are coming in the background. There's the leader of Supercars. He's going to wait. He's not going to get involved in this. He knows how important it is just to take this first victory. A welcome return to V8 for Siapuri Jr. These guys in front of him are still going to take one more lap to sort their little issues out. But Siapuri takes the win in the V8 Masters Supercars. A great job from him. Artnett's going to come through. He'll be in 4th place. But 1, 2, and 3 is... Oh, look at that across the line. Di Matteo just can't get through on Junior. Amos Cockram Jr. comes through and beats Di Matteo to the line. So we've got Siapuri Jr. in the Holden record, winning things out. 2nd place going to Adleman, 3rd to Amos Cockram Jr. But this battle is not done yet, Steve.
No.
We've still got a lap to go. And Tafani wants by.
He does, and in a big way. And he's going to make a hurry of it too, as well. A bit of smoke coming out of the other one. But, oh, wow, look at this. This is tight. Will he cut the... He's going on the inside. Will they touch? Oh, my word, that was close.
Very close to the sunset. Fortunately, just enough room there to play for Paolo Cavalieri. He runs extremely wide. Comes under braking now into Clubhouse corner. He knows how to go defensive in Clubhouse. This part of the circuit hasn't really changed that much. It's slightly wider in the S's and a lot wider down the mine shaft, but Cavalieri will know what to do to keep Tafani out. He's going to try and use probably a little bit of home track advantage. He's from Gauteng as opposed to being from Cape Town, but Cavalieri now having to work double time to keep the Tiger Wheels car ahead of the Quench machine. And you can see, oh, Steve Young hasn't given up either. He's going to give Tafani a run for his money. Look at that. Had a big look there going into Leeuwkop.
Well, eyes wide open. He wants some of this as well. Why should they have all the fun in front of me? But and I'll tell you what, he's keeping him at bay. He's driving defensively. There are stronger points on this racetrack that he is stronger. But you know what? I don't think he's got enough time to do this. He's looking left, he's looking right, he's trying to look for another line, anything to maybe sidetrack car number 64 at the moment.
Well, he goes side by side with him. It's not quite close enough, and I think he might have rolled out for 2nd place there. I think he might have given this one up for Paolo Cavalieri. He's not good enough out of Cheetah, which means he won't be close enough to try an outbraking maneuver for the final turn. Ingwe corner. Paolo Cavalieri, incredibly, is going to take 2 wins. Oh, Tafani has a problem.
Oh, no.
Right out of the last turn. Steve Young comes through for 2nd. Tafani wins. Steve Young comes through for 2nd. And is Tafani going to get across the line? Cavalieri has taken the victory, I beg your pardon, not Tafani. And Steve Young in 2nd and just getting across the line.
Please tell me he didn't run out of fuel. Please tell me he didn't run out of fuel.
Can you believe that would be incredible if he did? Well, that is the end of V8 Masters and V8 Supercars. And yet again, another action-packed, drama-filled race at Kyalami.
It's a war zone.
It's mental out there, bud. There's bonnets everywhere, there's wing mirrors, there's boots, there's spoilers. They're all over the place. Dean Foss is in the house as well. It's just ridiculous. Get out of shape. Right, we've still got a couple of races to go here, but until we get there, we're going to have a look at the highlights, and there's a lot of highlights for this one.
Yeah.
Right, so race started down towards Proton. The V8 Supercars getting away. Then straight after them, the V8 Masters with Cavalieri getting the whole shot. In there for a while. The Quench Racing Machine change up for the lead in the Supercars. Eventually the lead being taken by Mackie Adams ahead of Amos Cockram Jr. Junior was closed down rapidly by the two cars.
Oh, what a move.
Good move. Steve Young had a big look on the inside.
He stops his door.
The door pops open. Hello. Fortunately, he caught and shut the door. There with Amos Cockram Senior and going on the inside. Trojan panel meters in turn 1 man takes the lead right through there and Shorter moves up and 1 position Senior. But lots of damage issues there, and you can see the diffuser in the back just falling off the car. Mark Ridgway. And on his eventually, Siapuri found a way of the inside and got through on the Hoosier Jaguar of Amos Cockram Jr. And Seferi just then put his eyes on the
Seferi
prize.
find a way through.
Oh, Morgan Root out of shape.
Very
Is that on his own? I think it is.
Uncharacteristic.
Ben Morgan trying a little bit too hard. Motorsport going to go around him. Steve Young sees him coming, tries to give him out. Tafani's good enough on the race. He'll get through. He is good enough. He moves up to second place. Fabio Tafani from the back of that found a way to the front end, and he tried to find a way past. Change up for the lead. Oh,
he ran a little bit wide.
Can Tafani hang in there?
He's gone
a little
wide.
side
Oh,
by
and
side.
Cavalieri comes back at him.
Let's go side by side down the munch. Oh, he's just managed to hang on there. Cavalieri goes defensive
just yet because they still had a lap to go.
For these guys, in the background, we could pick up on the leader. Seferi just in the background, so Seferi's going to be just behind these guys that cross the line. They're still going to have to do that. These guys in front of him are still going to take one more lap to sort their little issues out. But Seferi takes the win in the V8 Supercars. Oh, Tafani has a problem. Right out of the last turn. Steve Young comes through for second. Tafani wins. Steve Young comes just squeezing through to get third place. Well done, guys. Brilliant stuff for V8 Supercars and Masters. We'll be up very shortly with the Sassel Global Touring Cars.